Hey, and welcome back to my channel, and where it's all about DIYs and fashion. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how I made high-low pleated bubble hem dress. And I got inspired from a Celine Dion photo that I saw on Instagram, and she had like this exaggerated high-low bubble hem pleated skirt, and I was like, I want it, but the only thing is that it's not exaggerated as hers, and that really hurt me. I made the skirt by using this pattern right here, which is McCall M606, and I assumed that if I exaggerated the length that it would have, but then I should have thought about it, like the bubble hem was gonna like take away the length, so I should have like made a massive length of it. I'm gonna get onto this video so you guys see how I made it. So no further ado, let's get onto this video. So let me start by saying that I am grading this up 2 or 3 sizes up. I want to say it was 3 because it was size 22 or size 20 that I need, because the pattern that I had basically stopped at 14. So basically when I graded this pattern, I had to go a half inches on the sides, and basically I really didn't take this in consideration, but when you do it, you also have to do the bottom, which is a fourth down. So each fourth, basically measuring a fourth 2 times to the measurement that you need. Plus, I should have added extra for the length that I need. But if you can tell, I basically started at 36, that's why the dress wasn't as long as I wanted. So I found my problem. Okay, once I had all the markings done, I basically used my tape measure, which I do need a ruler, a sturdier ruler, and just traced it all the way down so I can get an accurate trace so I can just start cutting my pattern. So here, when you have a high-low dress, you want to make sure that the connection is smooth from the low to the high. So basically you see here is not connecting, so I had to basically cut it a little shorter so it can have that connection. Just so you can get a clear understanding, basically I want the corners to touch, so that corner and that corner, I want it to touch each other so it can have a smooth connection. So once all that craziness is adjusted and fixed, I basically have my graded up to size pattern pieces that I wish I could have just bought regular. So yeah, so basically I just have the side seams connected, and I'm gonna just sew and press. So now that the side seams are sewn and also pressed, I also left a little piece opening for the zipper, which I'm going to be putting an invisible zipper on the side. And now it is time to start pleating. So I'm just gonna be honest with you, I haven't done pleating in forever, so I'm basically gonna clip where the guidelines are for the pleats. And basically I love this pattern because it shows you the directions of where they want the pleats. So since again I basically elonged the pattern, I basically had to line it up, and basically, I know I'm saying basically too much, but basically adjust the guidelines, which worked out fairly well. So I know most of the information I'm saying might not be understandable. You can also leave comments down below, and I will try to answer your questions as frankly, as clearly as possible. Okay, so the best part that I learned about pleating is basically you can either tighten it or you can also loosen it up by basically not gathering so much material or fabric to the pleat. And in that sense, you can also just try it on before you permanently stitch the pleat down, because that's going to be the next process that I'm going to be working on, is basically permanently stitching down these pleats. So before you do that, I recommend you to try it on and see that it's fittable still, because sometimes the pleats can take away from your ease that you need to basically to fit in your garments. So yeah, that's one of my quick tips. Make sure you try it on before you actually sew these puppies down. So now I'm basically just sewing down my pleats, like I said. So I'm going to be sewing straight down the pleat, but not too much, basically enough just to hold the pleat down so you won't lose that place. Do you see how pretty those pleats are? I'm so proud of myself. But yeah, so now that the pleats are in on the front, I'm going to start working on the back, and basically the same process. And then after that, we're going to sew the zipper on. And like I said, I'm doing an invisible zipper, which the zipper was too long and I had to basically cut it down. And yeah, so if you guys don't know the process of cutting a zipper short, you have to zigzag stitch it in place and clip it, and make sure you don't clip it with the zipper above the placement of the thread, because I've done that too many times where I screwed up my whole life with the zipper. Let me explain how many methods I tried to achieve this bubble hem. The skirt and the skirt lining, I was gonna approach that way, but I bought less of a fabric that I actually need. So yeah, that was not gonna work out. I'll try to drape the fabric around the skirt and it just wouldn't have worked out either. I'm gonna gather the bottom and scrunch it up like you're supposed to do with the bubble hem. I know you can use elastic, and I tried to use the elastic, and I had too big of an elastic to basically put through. So if I folded size of the elastic to put through, it would take away from the length of the skirt, so that didn't work out. And I tried the whole gathering part with just the brocade fabric by itself, did not work. The brocade, if y'all know, brocade is very heavy. It's a heavy fabric, so literally as I pulled the thin thread, it snapped, so didn't work. And last but least, I used the elastic string that you can use to do like cute little designs, which I think is called shirring. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but yes, you can use an elastic string and basically use the roping method that I learned from Tabitha Soar, and zigzag it around the string, but you don't want to make sure you don't grab the string with the stitch, because then it wouldn't pull. And the best part about this is that it's a drawstring, so you can scrunch it up and make it as volumized if you want it. And volumized, I think I just made that word on my own. So yeah, so last but least, that method worked. And let me tell you how hard it is for me. I don't know if it's just me to sew around like a circle skirt, because this is like kind of like a circle skirt. It's not like a square skirt, if y'all know what I mean. The pattern is kind of around the hem, so I had to basically make sure that I am on the hem. So it's done, you see, and you can just pull it along and it scrunches up, and the drawstring is elastic, so even better, right? And it came out perfect. I was so afraid that it wasn't gonna come out the way I wanted, and voila. Now on to this beautiful waistband, and basically all I had to do was just fold up the edges 5 inch of the way and pin it on to the waist of the skirt, which is around the skirt, top around the skirt. Well, you know what I mean. Well, I only hope, right? Five-eighths of the fold is basically just to clean up the raw edges that you will not be seeing when you fold over the waistband like I'm doing now. Basically just sewed right down the edge, and I am cleanly and patiently and neatly folding the waistband. So yeah, so this process was the most, I want to say, delicate, just because you want it to go around your waist as smoothly as possible, like peanut butter. Nice smooth peanut butter. Peanut butter. I don't want to think I'm like illiterate or anything, but yeah, peanut butter. So yeah, so now just folding it, and I'm gonna stitch across that line finely as possible. I think you can blind hem it as well if you guys know how to, but I hate to blind hem. So that was an option that I didn't do, and basically just stitch neatly across the bottom, which I am folding down. And last and least, you want to sew on your hook and eye, which I had to steal two. I want to say I stole a set from one of my clothing I had in my closet, but you actually need about 2 or 3. And I basically just hand sewed it on like so. It wasn't really that hard. The only hard part was holding it down because it's so little. So this is the last part, and after that you have yourself a high-low pleated bubble hem skirt. I'm very proud of myself, I can say. Thank you for watching my video, and like every other Friday is always a video out every other Friday. So, come back so you can watch the video on Friday, and I see you next time. And also be safe. Be safe. I know this is after Thanksgiving that you're gonna see this, but hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. I know I did. This is like the future me talking in the this is like the present me talking in the future. So I know I had some good food, even though I didn't have it yet. I hope you guys did. And also be safe out there with this Black Friday, because we're in a pandemic, and COVID is still out there. So just be safe. I know you guys are tired of hearing that, but this shit is real, and I wish it wasn't real, but it's real. And I'm doing most of my Black Friday shopping online. I got my card already ready, and you can't swipe, so you have to like, so enjoy, and I see you next time. Bye.